Hey, welcome back to No Hype Beer Reviews. Unless it's your first time, then welcome. Please consider subscribing. If you do, hit the notification bell, get the updates. Right, for today's video, the beer's courtesy of Chris. Thanks so much, Chris. I really appreciate it. This beer sounds nuts. So it's Hightower. I've had a lot of beers from Hightower, all different styles. These big barrel-aged stouts, holy crap. So this one, it's called, well, I mean, I know you already saw the title, the Deep Dark. It's 14% ABV, and it stout aged on Elijah Craig barrels, vanilla beans, maple syrup, and then according to Untapped anyway, the last thing is oak. So I don't know if they put oak chips in it or if they meant, I don't know, because it said, again, this is just quickly I looked at Untapped because it doesn't list what's going on with it other than the stout and the ABV. It said aged on Elijah Craig, comma, maple syrup, comma, vanilla beans, comma, and oak. So I don't think they just mixed Elijah Craig. I assume it's the barrels. But anyway, that's how it was worded. Let's get into it. Chris or anyone who knows, feel free to weigh in the comment section. If I get more information, I'll put it in the description box. But yeah, I've been in the mood for a while now for a bourbon barrel-aged stout. And just been drinking some other things. So, which is fine, and they were all tasty, but definitely really excited to get into this. It's making my glass dirty. So yeah, that's pretty much as close to motor oil as you can get. Wow. Yeah, so that is definitely really dark black. About a quarter to a half finger of head. More on the side of the glass than in the center. It's a dark mocha color, so I mean, it definitely looks like a big stout. Let's get the aroma. That is enough vanilla in the aroma for the for the vanilla police, which is what I am. If you don't know that about me, I'm the vanilla police. It's a nice mix of vanilla too. I get real vanilla, like vanilla bean almost, right? And then I get just fake vanilla frosting kind of a thing also, so that's kind of cool. You get multiple vanillas. There is some nice sweet chocolate. It's like powdered sugar, like confectionery, again, kind of like that frosting descriptor. Little bit of spirit. Now, Oreo cookies, like that confectionery chocolatey kind of cookie with the center, the white part, which again, I don't know if they use vanilla or not, but it definitely has that cookie cream thing, like cookies and cream ice cream. So it is very much like that sweet kind of a thing, almost pastry without actually having cake or something, added. Let's get into the taste. Cheers. Thanks again, Chris. That's really nice. Wow. So that chocolate's big, which is a good thing. Great level of vanilla. No complaints from me. Really nice level of vanilla. Wow. A little bit of a cherry note, which I did not get in the aroma. I didn't get much fruit or anything in the aroma, but I do get a little cherry note as I'm drinking it. Some of the oak comes through, which is nice because it's not overly sweet, but between the alcohol, the chocolate is multiple ways, but one of them is a little bit of a chocolate, cacao powder or cocoa powder kind of a thing. But then, yeah, between the booze and I think the oak, it dries it out a little bit, which is needed in bringing a little bit of balance to a beer that doesn't sound like it would have balance, because it does have these big, I would argue, I guess at times lopsided flavors, which I'm all about that. I mean, I like a nice, very balanced beer. I get that, and I do enjoy those. And then sometimes, a beer like this, it's you get a lot of the bourbon or a lot of the vanilla or whatever, good, as advertised. So yeah, definitely plenty of the vanilla. Good level of the spirit, the barrel, which I like. In a style like this, it is expressing itself. Man. And almost like and it doesn't have chocolate in it, but like maybe just enough of roastiness from the stout that it kind of has. It's like roasty. This beer almost like it does drink like it has a little bit of a bitterness to it as well, which again bringing balance. It's not like a big roasty stout, but like I'm trying to identify what it is that's bringing this little bit of a bitterness. I mean the hops I suppose too, but like the way it drinks, because that, it being this big of a stout, it kind of is like, is it a coffee bitterness? But it's not roast enough to be coffee, so it's like kind of like messing my brain, like what's bringing this bittering element? Man, that vanilla and chocolate cake. I mean, it really is that, with a side of cookies and cream ice cream in beer form. With a side of Elijah Craig. It's like one of those like adult milkshakes in beer form. But it is beer. Like, don't get me wrong either. Like I was saying, like it has pastry stout elements certainly, but it's not overly sweet. And it doesn't have, like donuts or whatever thrown in, right? It's like a couple of things that make it pastry. It's not sweet enough to be what I would consider full-on pastry, but it's like a fancy restaurant pastry where it's, they scraped the vanilla beans on top of the dessert kind of a thing. Like it drinks more like that, refined, whatever word you want, whatever pretentious word you want to use. But it's more of that kind of dessert than just a pack of Oreos or whatever. And I love Oreos, don't get me wrong. That oak is really nice. Again, that does a nice job with this beer. I love this vanilla chocolate thing. I'm loving it. You get the little bit of the shot of the spirit. Now, the maple syrup, I don't get much maple. Maybe fermenting out and it's just adding some of the sugars to the beer itself. I've had this from beers from them before, and I think it was also, I don't know if every time I've gotten it, but it's happened a couple of times, and I've noticed in other beers from other breweries too. Like when I was smelling on top of that confectionery sugar, it's like this. I think with them, they always had vanilla, and at least one other one had some maple in it, and like those things coming together kind of gave me more confectionery. But I have had it just with vanilla. Now I think about it, but I'm gonna say the maple's adding to that part of the experience. Is a short version. I really like this beer. This is really good. He sent 2 of their newer barrel-aged stouts. The other one's part of their Bedtime Stories series. So I'll be doing that at some point in the relatively near future, which means within the next 6 months, if I'm being honest. But yeah, this is fantastic. Yeah, thanks again for sending it, Chris. I really appreciate that. You guys had this beer before? Have you had a nice big stout with some adjuncts lately you want to tell me about? Anything, everything, comment section below. Let's get a conversation going. Once you're done doing that, make sure you check me out on Instagram and Untapped. It's No Hype Beer Reviews at both those places. So please like, comment, subscribe, but most importantly, imbibe. Cheers, everyone.